Sup guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be continuing our prop run series, and today I'm going to be enabling for our hunters to basically kill the props. But first of all, I want you to see that, well, when we play, and if I found our hunter, there you go, you can see that we are in third-person perspective. Now, third-person perspective, when we have to kind of shoot things that might be moving, like if the props are trying to run away, I think it's better for us to go into first person, but we only want to go to first person if we are the hunter. So I'm going to go over here into the third person character, and when we set that we want to be the hunter or the prop, let me see. Actually, before this, on the event begin play, it's kind of lagging. I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to find. Okay, no, I'm gonna do it from the event begin play up here, and I'm going to first of all create a delay. Yeah, this delay I'm gonna make it, I don't know, 5 seconds, I guess. It's fine, and then I'm gonna go and basically create a new custom event. So I'm gonna call client set hunter. I'm gonna say set hunter perspective, and I'm gonna make that on the owning client because we do not need to pass this information to the server, because we're just gonna be changing which camera you're gonna be using. So the first thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a component that's going to be a camera. And I'm just going to call this FPS, so first person. And I'm going to drag that into the mesh. First of all, I'm going to go down there, and you have the auto activate. We want to uncheck this because we want to be using, first of all, that one. We want to leave this one. We only want to activate this camera if we are the hunter. And I'm going to make sure I go up here, go to the parent socket, and I'm gonna link this to the player's add. Then I'm gonna click on this little arrow to reset the location. I'm gonna put this a little bit forward, and I'm going to rotate it so the camera, okay, let me just go over here and uncheck real time so the character is not moving. I'm going to rotate 90 degrees to this side, so make sure that the camera is aligned. And we also need to check use pawn control rotation on this camera. So that's going to be fine. Compile and save. Interesting, I lost the animation for some reason. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go into the event graph, and now I'm going to call this event after the delay. So client set under perspective. And what I want to do over here is basically activate this camera. So I'm going to go and call activate or set active. I'm going to plug that to true. I'm going to go into, before I actually activate this one, I'm going to deactivate the other one. So I'm going to go into the follow camera, and I'm just going to plug in deactivate. I don't know what's, it's kind of lagging, I'm sorry about that. And after that, we're gonna need to plug something in that is called, I think, if we go into our, I don't know if it's here. Okay, it's over here. We need to check this to true to use controller rotation yaw. So I'm gonna say use controller set controller yaw. There you go. And I'm gonna set this to true. And I think that's it. Oh, and I only want to do this. I can make it over here. I only want to execute any of this if the is hunter is true, because the props we want to still make them be on the third person. So let's try this out, compile and save. It's so laggy, I have no idea why. Let's play. And let's find our screen where we have our hunter. And there you go. Now you can see that we are in first person, and you can see our body rotating and animating, And yeah, that's working fine. So that's everything that we need. I'm also going to go into our capsule component and check even in game because we don't need that anymore. I'm going to compile and save. And now to actually what the point of this tutorial is, to basically we want to destroy props. And for that, I'm going to first of all create a new variable, which is going to be called elf. And I'm going to make it a float. I'm going to replicate that because we do want to pass this information to every player. And I'm going to put a default of 100 for now. I'm going to compile and save that. Now you're going to need to, I think I'm going to go over to the right. And I'm going to go into keyboard. Actually, it's not keyboard. It's left mouse button. So when we press our left mouse button, we are going to shoot. I'm going to make it like I don't have any weapons right now. I'm just going to fire a line trace. And that's going to work as like if it was a weapon. So I'm going to go into a custom event. I'm going to say client shoot trace. Gonna make that unknown in client reliable, and then I'm just going to call that here client shoot trace. But I only want to be able to shoot the trace if I am indeed a hunter, because I do not want props to shoot. So I'm going to go branch it, and only if his hunter is true that we are going to shoot the trace. Now to the actual logic of this, I'm gonna, oh, I didn't want to do that. It's because of the lag that I don't know why it's happening. I'm gonna do a line trace by channel, which is over here. And let me just get more space because this node is very big. There you go. And I want to start, well, because we're only going to be shooting this if we are the hunter, I'm going to drag the FPS camera. And I'm going to get the world location. And I'm going to plug that into the start. And I'm going to get the fourth vector. So the fourth vector is basically, we're going to get the where we are looking at. And we're going to get a centimeter, basically, vector size. So like we get basically the direction of where we are looking at. And then we're going to multiply this for a number. This is basically going to make that 1 unit vector the size that we want to shoot. So like the maximum range of our weapon. Now I'm going to set a default of, I don't know, 10,000 just to make sure we hit everything. And then we just need to join these vectors. So we make sure that this vector that we just created starts from the location of our camera. And we just plug that into the end. I'm going to make this, I think, is going to be fine on the visibility channel. And I'm just going to draw a debug type for duration so we can see the line trace. Then I'm going to go to the out it. I'm going to break this. And we got a bunch of information of where our line is. So we're going to like location, what actor we hit. And I'm just going to go from the hit actor and I'm going to cast to third person character. And the first thing that I want to do here is do we want friendly fire or not? I guess we're gonna have friendly fire because you know, if we like use a grenade, imagine that we have a grenade, we kind of want to be careful about not killing friendlies. And I'm gonna follow the theme of the the Gmod prop. And so yeah, I'm gonna leave the friendly fire on. So because we are all a third person character, if you are a prop or hunter, I'm not gonna check if we are indeed a prop. I'm just gonna apply damage to everyone. And now we're going to do that. We're going to need now to create a new custom event called server apply damage. And we want to do that on the server because damage can only be applied, at least using the default the default damage system that Unreal has. We can only fire that on the server, and we always want to have important stuff being done by the server. So this little sign here, if you don't know, this little server sign can only mean that this node only can be executed by an event on server. If you try to do this on client, this won't work. If you are on a multiplayer game, if you are a single player, it doesn't matter. But if you are on multiplayer, we do need to do this on a server node. So the damage actor, I'm going to just create pins for this, and the base damage, and the damage causer. So I'm just going to have that like that. I'm going to go over here to the third person character, and I'm going to call server apply damage. So the damage actor that we want to damage is the one that we had to with our line trace. The base damage, I guess I'm gonna make it 50 by default, so we need 2 shots to kill a prop. And the damage causer, I'm just gonna call self, so we have a reference to whoever shot the, the line trace. And with this, now I'm gonna actually make something. I'm gonna get the damaged actor. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that here. Now I have to do another thing, that is, I'm going to go down here. There is an event, any damage, and I'm going to explain to you the default damage system of Unreal. When this node executes, so this apply damage triggers, it's going to automatically fire this event, any damage. And we're going to get that damage and the damage type and the instigator and the damage causer. That's the input that you can see over here. So this is like when we are calling this function, it's going into an event. That's the same thing. This function calls this event. And I want to go into this damage. Want to put a subtract node. Actually, no. We're going to go into our ELD. We want to do a subtract node and subtract our damage. And then we want to set our ELD to that. So we got the, our ELD after we get shot. And then I'm going to want to make a little check. I'm going to go, well, is ELD smaller or equal to 0? That means that we don't have any ELD left. If it's true, I am going to, for now, I'm just going to destroy the actor. So we're going to be left with a player that cannot move. It's kind of going to be stuck. But I think we can debug that afterwards. I think this is going to be fine for now. And I know I plugged in the damage causer, but I think I'm going to be using that for later tutorials. Right now we do not need to use that. Now if you play, let's wait. So we have our, first of all, I'm going to go. And you can see that we can fire our lane trace now. There you go. It's going to be shooting into the center of the screen. I know that we don't really have like any sign of where we're going to hit, but you kind of, can predict. We can add like a little arrow or something in the middle of the screen to, just to debug so we can see actually where we are shooting at. But, oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm just going to go and get our props and I'm going to, become something. Okay, there you go. I'm going to be at share and I'm going to add up here. And I'm going to go with the client 2 and I'm going to become the bush. And I guess I'm going to hide over here. There you go. And now I want to go into our under, which is our client 1, and I'm just going to kill them. So I'm going to go over here into the bush that is hidden over here. I'm going to shoot it once and twice. And we got a problem. Okay, I know what it is. It's the collision. So if we go into our third person character and into our prop mesh, we can see that our collision is set to block all dynamic. Actually, no, on our capsule component, sorry, we see that this is a pawn. And if we extend the collision, we see that we ignore the visibility and we block the camera. So we actually want to go into this line trace. And the trace channel, we want to set that to be the camera because it's the one that is blocked. The visibility, which was the previous channel, is ignored. So the line trace will just go through and it wouldn't detect that. So now we should actually fire against our props. And I think that might be it. So let's go. I'm going to just transform again. I'm going to go over here. And then client 2, get to the bush. And client 1 is our hunter. Let me go over here. I'm going to shoot the bush. Boom, boom. And our bush disappeared. So we kill the prop. And you can see the prop client 2. We can now not move or look anything. I'm going to handle that in the next video. Probably, yeah. Now I'm going to go into the server. And you can see that the bush also disappeared. But we can still moving and everything's fine. And I'm going to go over here and I'm gonna kill the chair, and that's it. You can't move anything or any, and yeah, that's it. So I think I'm gonna leave it for this video. It's kind of, we just end like that. In the next video, I'm probably gonna be handling, well, what happens after we die, and like said, I don't know, after every prop that is destroyed, we just restart the level or something. Or basically like, respawn everyone, and basically restart the level, and we get another random hunter, and everything changes, so we can go and hide again. And yeah, I'm probably gonna do that in the next one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have anything that you wanna, something that you want me to do, you can leave them in the comments. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.